Hi. Today I'm talking about my two helmets that I own. No? I have the HJC Adventure helmet, the DS-X1, and my Bell Eliminator. But before we get into about the helmets, I just want to show you something I bought for this particular HJC. This was quite difficult to source eh. Parang ubos palagi eh. This helmet is pinlock ready. Pinlock is yung an attachment that you can put on your helmet visor to prevent it from fogging. So what it does, let me just show you para makita. So this is the pinlock insert. Kaya siya medyo foggy because I still need to tear it after malagay. Pero if you look at it, may silicone siya here. May silicone bead. So pag nilagay mo siya sa visor, it creates an air barrier between the pinlock na insert and your visor. And this air that is being trapped there is what's preventing it from fogging. So let's just install this now and see. This particular pinlock insert, this is not the clear. This is what they call the sun-reactive fog-resistant lens. So this is what they call photochromic. Photochromic, yung transition, pag naaarawan, it gets darker. So tingnan natin if we can, let me just see if I can put this in the sun. Does it look darker na? But let's see. I think when we install it, it will be easier. So let me just show you how to install this. It shouldn't be that difficult eh. No? Now, I think you need a screwdriver. Okay, this is the only thing I don't like with this HJC helmet. For me to remove the visor, you need the tool, no? So, the older helmet that I used before this was an AGV. I actually don't need the tool to remove the visor. I just need to open it, pop it out. Yun na, natanggal na. Now this one, I actually need the screwdriver and a tool. But if you have the tool, like, you always carry it naman in your toolkit, wala naman problema. No? So let me just remove that one side. There you go. So once this is removed, the pin lock, if you notice, the pin here is what makes this pin lock ready. But most of the helmets that you buy now, you'll see that function as a pin lock ready. But it still doesn't have that pin lock insert, so you need to buy that separately. But the more higher end model, the one if you're willing to spend, most of the time it does come with that insert already. So that's a good thing. The Bell Eliminator is not pin lock ready because it has its own proprietary anti-fog system, which actually works really good. So para siyang pin lock pero built-in na. So this one, so I'm going to install it. So if you're going to notice, there's a pin here and there's some ridges. Yun lang. So silicone part is going to go this side. No? So let's just see how we're going to install it. There, it's installed already. So after you install it, all you have to do, let's see, is it in place? Parang hindi siya sobrang in place. Wait lang. Nope, I think I need to use the second slot to get this in place. So let's see. Ito yung mahirap pag nalagay mo na. Since nahawakan ko yung loob niya, I think this one comes with some wipes. Yep, may kasama siyang wipes. So I just want to make sure this is clean. This inside part is clean. Then let's install again. There you go. Yeah. It's now, yeah, there you go. Looks flat already. So once that thing is installed, it's time to peel it. So the most, so it has that protective film. If you don't remove the protective film, it's going to look foggy. So yeah, there you go. So as you can see, this is clear now. Let's see. Wala nang araw eh. It's getting dark already. Let's see if we can look for the sun. If it's going to get dark. Wala eh. But I'll give it a try next time and I'll insert a picture of the clear and not. But let me just install this back now. Snaps in place. Put the screw in. Okay. So there you go now with the pin lock insert installed. Now, let's talk about the helmet. So the thing I like with the HJC is, for one, obviously it looks really gorgeous. The colors, I like the colors. I'm a sucker for neon, so this is one of those reasons why I wanted this particular design. Second is it's really affordable for a very high quality helmet. I've always, ever since I've started biking, even before, I've always owned an HJC. Before this, I had the modular type, which I really like. So, and I think for HJC, their double XL fits me perfectly. Now, the only thing I don't like about this helmet is it's on the heavy side. But I think that goes for any adventure helmet, unless you're going to go with a carbon, which is very expensive. No? But ventilation-wise, it has a lot of vents. No? So I never had problems of getting airflow into my head. So that is the good thing about also this. The visor can get a little bit noisy when you're going a little bit fast. And the problem also with having a visor, if you're going fast, when you bring your head up, minsan natatangay ka ng hangin. But overall, I do like the HJC. Now, the only thing is when you're getting an HJC, what I've noticed, even though this is a double XL, yes, initially it feels really tight here in the cheeks, but it will break in. It just takes a while. It takes longer for this HJC to break in as compared to the Bell. The Bell was faster to break in, maybe 1 week. Okay, now this one, it took me a few weeks before it really got broken in properly. If not, it feels so tight in the cheeks na parang nakakagat mo na yung cheeks mo when you're riding when it was new. But other than that, after the break-in period, it felt very comfortable. So, one of the biggest advantage I like about the HJC, it's always been a nice, good, budget-friendly, high-quality helmet. So, So when people always ask me, anong magandang helmet? HJC is one of those helmets that's one of the first that I do recommend. But here's also another helmet that I use. This is the Bell Eliminator. Now, see a lot of vents. Diba? Now, the Bell Eliminator, the most the one thing that I really like about this, it's very light. This is an extra large. So this is, I think, the biggest shell for this particular helmet. And this is very light. This is 1.2 kilos only. Now, compare that to the HJC, which is a double XL, but the HJC is 1.7 kilos. So this is a lot lighter. If you have a big head like me, this is one of those helmets that you should be considered. A big round face. I think I do have a round one. The Bell Eliminator is one of those helmets that you should be considering. Compared to the HJC, which is a double XL, this is only an XL, but it fits me better than the double XL. Break-in, of course, at start, with any helmet that you buy, it does feel tight, snug here. But after just a week of use, the cheek pads are actually breaking in very nicely. So this is really comfortable, very light, very well ventilated helmet. The only drawback that I have is, if you see these holes because of the ventilation, if it rains, water will seep through. You can buy the cover, of course, but that's another option that you have to pay for. So I didn't bother with it. I'll just use a different helmet if I think it's going to rain. But if you're going to put it on, it also defeats the purpose of the vents. So it doesn't look pretty having a plastic cover for these holes. Not really a big complaint, but it does take more effort to open the lid visor because of the lock here. If you notice the lock here, once you lock it, you have to raise it up a little to bring it up. And if you're wearing the helmet, when you lock it, wait lang, so you see, so when you lock it, it is loud. It's so loud when it locks that my ears actually ring every time I close it. Now, one thing with this visor is it doesn't have stops when you open and close it. You can open it anywhere, at any position. You just need to fix the tension here. You need to adjust the tension. But same thing as the HJC, you need tools to actually change the visor. I'm still considering if I should change the visor for this one. They also have a photochromic option, but I think that's quite expensive. But I think for now, I'll just leave this as clear. So I will be using this also when I do night rides. No? So light. Now, if you notice, my helmet has a communication intercom. No? I'm using Cardo. So I initially bought the Cardo Packtalk Bold Duo. So this is a pair so that me and my back ride, we can speak during rides. So it doesn't get too boring. You don't get sleepy when you're communicating during a ride. Now, the Packtalk Bold comes original with a pair of JBL speakers, which sounds really good. But for my second helmet, instead of buying another intercom unit, what I did is just bought an audio and microphone kit. So this is just, if you notice here, it's just a plain cradle, has the mic here in the front, and then the speaker here. But this one doesn't have a JBL speaker, and you can really tell the difference. Now, so if you like to listen to music while riding, I sometimes do when I'm riding alone. I can play Spotify, or the Cardo actually has a built-in radio. You can play the music. It just helps drown out the loud noise outside, and it keeps me relaxed when I'm riding, so I don't get too tense. You can really tell the difference in sound quality if you're using the JBL speaker as compared to the regular non-JBL from the audio kit. So if you can find the audio kit, the audio extension pack or audio kit, look for the one that has JBL speakers or buy the JBL upgrade. It sounds really good. But if you're using it primarily just for an intercom, I think, well, if you're just using it primarily as an intercom, meaning just audio communication, it's not actually that bad. It's loud enough, but the JBL is a little bit louder. But it's loud enough that you can actually hear and communicate well with your the rest of the team. Now, this particular model, the Packtalk Bold, which is, I think, a little bit on the high end of the Cardo, has a mesh system. So the beauty about the mesh system, you can add more users to it, and it's easier to connect, and the range is much longer. They do have a more affordable budget version, I think, which is the Freecom, but the top of the line of the Freecom will only allow to use 4 users. This one, 16 or more, but I'll check, but I'll post how many you can connect to the same channel, so that when you're riding with a big group, everyone can all be connected to the same, and you guys are all talking together. And then this one connects also to your phone through Bluetooth, so you can do calls, receive calls, listen to music from your device, which is usually a Spotify, or even you can play YouTube if you want, but you can't. I don't suggest watching YouTube. But this is a must-have nowadays. It's not really... I still remember when we were riding almost 20 years ago, this was unheard of, no? Having a communication system like this. But now, this is, I think, a must-have when you're riding with big groups, or at least when you're riding with your back rider. This is so much more efficient than shouting, hey, to your back rider, or if you need to tell them what to do or ask something. It's so much easier to have one of this. So look into investing to one of this when you're seriously considering riding. So in case you're interested, I bought my Bell Eliminator from Motoman, and I'm really glad I went to the store, have myself fitted, because if I was just going to order it, I would have probably gone with the double XL, but he measured me and got me the right size, and I'm really happy that I got the XL, because I think the double XL would have been too loose. And when it comes to helmet safety, the helmet is going to be most effective if it's fitted to your head properly. No? If it's too loose, when it's too comfortable, it's never going to be as secure as if you're wearing the correct size of helmet. So make sure, have yourself fitted. Visit Motoman. I'll post the links. He's a good guy, so he can help you out. Make sure to get the right size helmet. No? So that's pretty much it. So these are my 2 helmets for now. I do have another helmet that is coming. I'm pretty sure my wife is going to be asking me the question, ilan ba ulo mo? Bakit ang dami mong helmet? But I have another one coming, and I'm going to make a video about it. But I'm really excited about that, because that color, the color of that is what made me buy it, and it reminds me a lot of my childhood. But that's for another vlog. So for now, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you like and subscribe. Bye. Thanks. So it's finally sunny outside, so let me show you how this new Pinlock with photochromatic lens work. So if you're going to notice, it does get very lightly darker when it's exposed to the sun, but I've used this a few times already, and it's still not dark enough. I still need to wear shades. If not, nakakasilaw pa rin yung sun. No? So I'm going to let you peek through the helmet, and you will see the shade. If you notice, it's lightly darker, but honestly, if I were to do it again, I'd buy the clear one. But in a sense, if the anti-fog works, that one is very effective. But I should have just saved my money and gone with the clear one and just use sunglasses instead. But nandiyan na siya.